beneath the stars. The air was crisp, with the faint scent of pine drifting through the forest. A canopy of stars stretched endlessly above, casting a silver glow over the quiet clearing. The night was still, save for the crackling of a small campfire and the soft murmur of two voices intertwining in the darkness. Elena had always loved the mountains, the way they made her feel small yet infinite, like she was part of something grander than herself. This trip had been a spontaneous decision, a break from the monotony of city life, but she hadn't expected to meet someone like Lucas, someone who made the world feel new and exciting again. They had met earlier that day on the trail, a brief encounter that had turned into shared laughter and easy conversation. Lucas, with his rugged good looks and quiet confidence, had a way of making her feel at ease. There was something magnetic about him, something that drew her in and made her want to stay close. Now, as they sat together by the fire, their faces illuminated by its warm glow, Elena felt the pull between them growing stronger. She glanced at him, noticing the way the light danced in his eyes, how his smile sent a flutter through her heart. "You're awfully quiet," Lucas said, his voice low and smooth. "What's on your mind?" Elena hesitated, biting her lip. "Just how beautiful this place is, and how glad I am that I met you." Lucas smiled, a soft, genuine smile that reached his eyes. "I'm glad too. This trip wouldn't have been the same without you." There was a pause, the kind of silence that was comfortable, filled with unspoken words and shared understanding. The crackle of the fire, the whisper of the wind in the trees, it all seemed to conspire to bring them closer. Elena shivered slightly, not from the cold hut, but from the anticipation of what she knew was about to happen. Lucas noticed and moved closer, draping his jacket over her shoulders. "Better?" he asked, his voice tinged with concern. She nodded, her heart racing as he leaned in, their faces inches apart. The warmth of his breath against her skin sent a thrill down her spine. She could feel the intensity of his gaze, the way his eyes seemed to search hers for permission, for a sign that she felt the same pull he did. And she did. More than anything, she wanted to close the distance between them, to feel his lips on hers, to surrender to the moment. As if reading her thoughts, Lucas slowly cupped her face in his hands, his touch gentle yet firm. He hesitated for just a second, giving her one last chance to pull away. But Elena didn't move. She leaned in, her eyes fluttering shut as his lips finally met hers. The kiss was soft at first, a tentative exploration, but it quickly deepened as their mutual longing took over. Elena's hands found their way to Lucas's shoulders, pulling him closer, needing to feel the solidness of him, the reality of this moment. They kissed beneath the stars, lost in each other, the world around them fading away. It was as if time had stopped, and all that mattered was the way their bodies fit together, the way their souls seemed to recognize each other, even though they had only just met. When they finally broke apart, both of them breathless, Lucas rested his forehead against hers, his hands still cradling her face. The connection between them was undeniable, a spark that had been lit the moment they met and had only grown stronger throughout the night. "Stay with me," Lucas whispered, his voice filled with a vulnerability that took Elena by surprise. She smiled, her heart swelling with a mix of emotions she hadn't felt in years. "I'm not going anywhere." As they lay down beside the fire, wrapped in each other's arms, Elena knew that this night, this moment, was something she would never forget. Beneath the stars, they had found something rare and beautiful, something that made the world feel full of possibility again. And as they drifted off to sleep, the fire crackling softly beside them, Elena knew that this was only the beginning of their story. This story captures the magic of an unexpected connection between two strangers in the serenity of the mountains, where a shared night beneath the stars becomes the start of something unforgettable.